Hello YouTube, welcome back to Clown Prince of Crime. Today we got a deck profile, very brief deck profile, and discussion about a deck I've been fiddling around with for about 2 years now. Year and a half. 2 years. Somewhere in there. It is Geargia. Like this deck, just gonna jump right into it. Got 3 Geargia armor. Makes the deck work. He's your searcher. Really enough said. A lot of combo plays with him. Arsenal. 3 of him. Your arsenal searches for your armor. It's essentially like running 6 armors in the deck. Very good card. Also some really cool plays you can do with him. Let's see up next. 3 Accelerator. He's what makes your combo go off. Let's see. 3 Geargia MK2s. Another really fun combo starter. Some combos you don't really think of. He's essentially graveyard plays. He can special summon one from the hand or graveyard. Yeah, that's about it with him. 2 Geargia. Most decks in the meta right now only run him at 1. I like him at 2 just because there's a lot of funky things you can do with him. Basically what he does is you tribute him, special summon 1 level 4 Earth attribute machine type monster from your graveyard. Its effects are negated. But for in this deck, there's obviously plays you can do. I will explain them later. Where that is not a minus, not allowing you to use those effects. That can actually be a plus. 1 Gen X Ally Birdman. Very, very good in this deck. For those of you that know the loop with this deck, not really the loop, it's the big push play. I'll show it to you later in case you don't know, but he's very good. You bounce him, you reveal him, you bounce a card to your hand, 1 monster card to your hand, special summon him, then when he leaves the field, you banish him. He's a tuner, so he's extremely accessible in this deck. He's also searchable, before we get into that guy, he's also searchable with Geargia X, which is extremely cool. 1 Karakuri Strategist in Apache. When he's normal summon or special summoned, you can change the battle position of 1 card on the field. He's also one of the main combo pieces, and I'll explain that part in the trick portion of the video after this. 2 Watchdog, Karakuri Watchdog Saizan, level 4 tuner. Basically what I can say about him, he's your level 4 tuner. My tech card is Karakuri Muso Hypa. Level 4, basically a big goblin attack force. Big shiny goblin attack force. When he attacks, changes defense mode. Starts out with 2100. I'll show you some cool plays you can do with him, some little tricks. I mainly threw him in there to see how he'd run, and he performed extremely well. Very cool card. He can do a lot of fun plays. He's a non-tuner, so you can use him to sync with. You can overlay with him. Just use him as a big beater. With limiter on the field, he becomes a 4200 beat stick that can swing for game after your big combo. That's it for the monsters. Decently monster heavy deck. Very trap heavy also, but we'll get into that in a minute. Next up is spells. We got 3 MST. Obviously with an OTK deck you need to get rid of those back rows. No need for explanation. 2 soul charge. I want to bump it down to 1. I'm just kind of considering things to take out 1/4. Very good card in this deck. I did a video on it before and I expressed how much I love this card just for this deck because it can make the deck have late plays or late game plays. And there's really no drawback to it as long as you have the materials that you can go into some extra deck stuff or something that can be defensive and offensive at the same time, like Stardust. But yeah, good card. 1 Book of Moon, self-explanatory. I've said it before and I'll say it again. A well-played Book of Moon, a well-timed Book of Moon can win you the game. It has for me many times, and it has for a lot of players. It's a good card. 1 limiter removal. Seems a bit like overkill in this deck, but it helps you push your game. If you can't get that extra 1,000 or not, drop it. You got the field full of monsters. Soul Charge also makes this card less minusy. Also, if the monsters aren't in the field anymore, if you XYZ with them, or if you sink even more with them, nothing is destroyed. So, as long as you can have the materials, you can do other stuff. Prevent those minuses. 2 Geargia. I'm actually considering taking out 1 Soul Charge for a third one, just to make drawing it more consistent. I do get it quite a bit. Being a Geargia player, I will say this card is overly broken. For those of you that don't know, what this card does is a chainable back row that says special summon 2 Geargiano monsters from your deck. Increase their level by 1, but you can only use 1 of these per turn. Okay, so end phase rolls around. End phase of your opponent's turn. Flip Geargia gear. Grab Geargiano MK2. You now have everything you need to go into Geargia X. Or, if you have a tuner in the graveyard, well, I'll go into that play later, but right there, that's Geargiano. Or, that's Geargia X. Very, very good card. Very broken. Moving on. 2 wiretaps. I do want to run at 3. It's just hard finding them. Very, very good card. Basically, your opponent activates a trap card, you flip it, negates the trap card, puts it back in the deck. Now, a lot of people say, a lot of people I know have been saying this card's not as good as everyone thinks. Why would you want to put it back? Well, if you're running an OTK deck, your opponent's probably not going to be able to fish that card back out before you finish killing them. Especially if you activate this while you're going off on your loop. 1, 7 tools. Would like it to become a wiretap. But 7 tools will suffice for now. Pay 1,000, stop a trap. 2 Waboku, very good with armor. Your opponent goes to swing at him, not knowing what's set. You flip Waboku, you flip up your armor, you search a card. Doesn't die, you're set up for your next turn. 2 Mirror Force. Was originally 1 Mirror Force, 1 D Prison. I like the 2 Mirror Force a little bit better. Because D Prison was mostly used to stop things like Stardust and other things that are hard to remove. But I've kind of I've added more spot removal that doesn't really need. I don't really need the D Prison anymore. I'd rather have the protection. 2 Fiendish Chain, just to say no, you can't do that. Stop people getting their tracks. Things like Madolches are running rampant, and when they play that Mei Fui, and you can chain this to that, stop it dead in its tracks, it's a very good feeling. They're stuck there with a 500 attack monster on the field. 1 Compulse, 1 Bottomless, and 1 Sound Warning. And that is the main deck. Pretty self-explanatory, most of it's pretty fun. Okay, let's get on to the extra deck. 1 Cowboy, because Cowboy. 1 number 101 Silent Honor Arc. Little shout out to my friend BM. His initials, look at that, they spell out shark. S-H-A-R-K. Shark. Alright, yep. Ultimate Problem Solver. Detach 2, steal your opponent's monster, equipped it. You can detach 1 so it doesn't die once. 2100. Very good. 2 Geargia X. A lot of people think I should run it at 3. Honestly, I don't go into 2 that much, so I don't see the need for it. Very good card, searches out everything in your deck, just about. 1 number 11 Big Eye. You know what Big Eye does. Steals your opponent's monster. You say mine. 1 Naturia Barkion. Just to say no to traps even more, because the OTK deck needs to be able to say no to traps. 1 Black Rose Dragon, to just blow up the field in dire situations. 3 Karaguri Shogun Beret. Big combo piece, basically what he does, when you synchro summon him, you get to go in your deck and take one Karakuri monster out, special summon it to the field. This is what the loop is based on. He also can change one card on the battlefield's battle position once per turn. One Karakuri Shogun Beredo. He has the same effect as Beret. When he's synchro summoned, you grab a Karakuri from the deck, and if a Karakuri monster's battle position is changed, including himself, you can draw a card. One Stardust Dragon, because you need that protection. One Scrap Dragon for spot removal. One Crimson Blader for problem solving against decks like Mermails and I know frogs aren't a big thing, but decks that run things that would be a problem that are high levels. And one Star Eater, very easy to go into this deck. You go Beredo or you go Beret. Use their effects at the end of the combo. If you don't have access to Hypa, you can go Saizan or Nizpachi, if you can get a hold of either one of them, if you haven't already used them. Saizan plus Beredo makes a Star Eater. Beret plus Nizpachi makes a Star Eater. Star Eater's very good. His summon cannot be negated. Trap cards can't be activated when he declares an attack. He's very good. You can swing for a lot of damage. Big 3200 beater. That's it for this part of the video. I'm going to now set up some scenarios to show you guys how some cool... yeah, so that's what with this deck. I just wanted to show these tricks and whatnot, the little things that I've acquired throughout the years of playing this deck. This deck isn't just a one-trick pony like a lot of people think, where all it has is that one generic play where it goes off and it has the end result of Beredo, and Stardust. I just wanted to show that the deck, though that is the main thing you want to get out, is that field, and that's your main focus when you're setting up your plays, is that that's not the only thing this deck can do, and it can do other plays, and it can problem solve, it can get around things, it can do it can get to that field through other means. It's not just a one-trick pony where you flip armor and you go Birdman and you sink and you sink and you sink. Because if it gets stopped, I know I've met a few Geargia players recently who are very new to the deck, and they don't know the plays, so they're kind of lost, and they only rely on that one big play. And if they get stopped, they're kind of stuck, and they don't really know what to do with themselves. So I just wanted to get this information out there. I hope you guys enjoy the deck profile. Subscribe, comment, like, rate, all that good jazz. Tell a friend. I really appreciate getting my name out there. I will be starting to make more videos. I've moved back home from college, so I will have more time to do this. And see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.